Hey guys, what's up? I'm Jules. Thank you for coming back for another video. This is, gosh, I don't even know. It's like starting on my seventh year of FlossTube now, something like that. Over 300 videos, easy, and going. I love doing this. I love the evolution of kind of what cross stitch has meant to me over the last 7 years. Things have changed so much, but for those of you guys who have been here all along, thank you so much. And for those of you who are new, welcome. And so I hope you enjoy sort of what there is to offer in the world of cross stitch. So first up, I want to thank you guys for the ones of you guys who have bought my patterns via a stitching store. Thank you so much. All the local needlework shops or the LNSs, that really does make a difference, both for them and for me. So thank you guys so much, especially for a couple of people actually mentioned reaching out to Needleworks down in Texas. And I think that's fantastic. Those guys are super nice and from what I can tell online, have a pretty amazing store. So it would be cool one day to take a trip where you could sort of visit a bunch of different stitching stores around, just see what everybody has to offer. But that's for the future. That's way in the future. But I have been very busy this week, and busy in a very good way with cross stitch, because new patterns have popped on the store, and we are getting ready for when I say we, I mean me. I don't know why I said we. I am getting ready for releasing both the French Bulldog and the Giraffe Selfie this weekend on my Etsy store, and then soon to follow at my website. But those have been on a lockdown after Nashville market. I promised I wouldn't sell them for the month of March, and so that's just about it. Today is the last day, and so this weekend I will get those patterns up on Etsy, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Other than that, I got new stuff to show you. First up, I'm going to show you what I've been stitching on, though, so y'all can see. Actually, I'll tell you what. We just mentioned the French Bulldog, which I pulled out French Bulldog. Oh, and you can see Frenchie up here. And so pulled out the French Bulldog so y'all can see it. Super happy about it. It's gonna be great. A lot of you guys have been talking about wanting to get it, wanting to stitch it. I would love to see pictures of the different fabrics that you guys are going to stitch this on, different colors, different types. Oh, my apologies. Thank you. I'd love to see the different kinds of fabric that you guys are going to stitch these on. I am beginning to experiment with some different color fabrics. I hope to get some soon. Zuzu, do not in the video again. No. Every time I start talking like this, they know that I'm shooting a video, or they just wonder if I'm talking to them. That's actually probably what it is. They don't know I'm shooting a video. So anyway, so French Bulldog and then Giraffe Selfie. Where'd you go? Zuzu, if you can't hold a pattern, I can't use you right now. And then Giraffe Selfie. So if you can see, I'm actually, let me show you where I've gotten to stitch on this. Gotten only this far. I did not stitch on this one a ton this week. I'll show you what I did stitch on, but so I got this part of the way through. I think I got like 1,000 stitches done. Still got a ways to go, but so I just have the little nubs up here, little nubs, and but it's coming along nicely. I just been focusing on a few other things this week, but I gotta get back on stitching this because it's gonna be so cute. So those are those two. Next up, the thing I've really been stitching on like crazy has been sun worship. Kind of gone a little nuts with sun worship. Zuzu, back. You keep pushing me away. I just really love stitching the oranges and the yellows this week. So this is where I got probably about 1,500 stitches at least done. Probably more closer to 2,000. But it's coming together. She's starting to emerge. The sun is almost fully stitched. There's that. And then also, oh wait, I was going to show you what it actually looks like. There we go. This is what the whole thing actually looks like. Except for I have to say that I actually removed the nipple part because it was a little out there, but remove that just to make it a little bit more, maybe, I don't know, acceptable. I don't know how to say it, but anyway, so there's that. It's awesome. But since I had a suggestion to maybe make the pattern without all the background, I got that done this week as well. Let me show you. Where did it go? Where did it go? Right here. So ignore the, I got to get a better picture. I got a little border outline there. But just the sun worshiper, I got that done. Actually, what I need to do is I need to remove this black part right here. I just realized that. I got to go back in and do that. I don't know why I didn't see that before. But, what do I? No, actually, I think I don't need to do that. I think it's the same problem. I think when I take, I make my covers from the mock. Why am I looking at the green light when the camera's there? Sorry. When I make my mock-ups on the cover pages, I'm actually taking them directly from WinStitch, which is the cross-stitch pattern maker program. And so I sort of I basically copy a picture from that onto here. What I've done, unfortunately, is caught too much of the bottom and a little bit of the top. So I just need to redo that picture so that the cover page actually looks a little bit more presentable, better. But you can just see kind of the changes, a little bit of the changes that I've made. But so I just kept the sun in and the whole style of art. But you can stitch this on any color fabric, anything, you know, and it's a lot less, it's a lot fewer stitches. I want to say it's like a couple thousand. There are a lot of colors, I think maybe about 20 colors or so, and it's 100 by 130 for the stitch count. So if this is something that you kind of had your eye on, but you're like, man, I don't want to stitch all that background, find some awesome fabric, stitch it on that. I was showing you guys last week Mother's Love that I hadn't really made that much progress on, and I wanted to show you what it actually looked like if you haven't seen it in a while. That's the downside of having these things in the plastic sheaves, protectors. I think I'm going to do it differently next year at Nashville too, and not put them in the plastic, because it does reflect the light a little more than I would like for it to. This is what it looks like. So right now I've kind of gotten like a bunch of stuff done. Yeah, a bunch of stuff done up here, and as I move across, it'll start to show up a little bit more. But I've only got that much. Yeah, that actually doesn't look like I've stitched very much. Oh, I need to get some progress on that. Oh, I kind of jacked up my upper back, like right between my shoulder blades this week at work. I've still been kind of trying to loosen it up and get it kind of feeling a lot better, but I'll get there. It's a lot better than it was yesterday. Let's see, what else do I got here? Oh, I got 3 more new patterns. 3 more new patterns. I'm going to show you guys the new one that I just did. When I was at Nashville, I had some stores come in and say, hey, I really wish you had a sea turtle pattern, because my clients love sea turtles, and or my customers love sea turtles. So got one together, and it's right here. Came out really nice. I love the colors on this. I'm only going to sell the digital version of this right now on the store. Cross Stitch Cupboard in Fort Lauderdale, Florida has just put a nice order in for these that I'm sending off today. And so if you wanted a printed version of this, and this is 180 by 130. So again, like not a lot of, like smaller than a lot of my patterns. Very doable. And you don't have to stitch the blue with background if you don't want to. You can stitch whatever. You can put just the turtle on, again, some special fabric, whatever you'd like to do, because otherwise it's full coverage. So up to you guys. That's the great thing about cross stitch slash embroidery. It's, you know, who knows, you know, so you can do anything you want to, modify anything the way you want to. You're only limited by your imagination. And then I got 2 more patterns up. One that I've been trying to get to work for a while. I wanted to do this one in a black and white, but I couldn't really. couldn't really get it to work, couldn't get it to look good. And so, but I've been wanting to do like a Muhammad Ali one for quite a while. And in the end, I went kind of a grayscale with this one. And so, and this one's 150 by 270. So it's a little bigger, but you are not stitching all this right here and behind his, above his head and behind his head. You're just stitching what you can see of Ali here. I call it the champ because he is the champ. But you know, again, put it on whatever fabric you want to, and it's gonna pop. It's gonna totally pop. It's sort of in the what's the thing? What's the word I'm looking for? In the style sort of Lioness. It's a similar color palette to Lioness. So, you know, that came out great. Hold on. Oh, I'm rotating my, oh man. I'm rotating my, my stuff above me so you guys can just see different things. But this is Lioness. And so it's one of those things that you guys can definitely see sort of a similar thing. I'll have to put those back up on the wall in a little bit, but Eiffel Tower, Twin Towers Memorial. So there's that. And then the last one that I have that's new is a new monochrome piece for you guys. It's a little dense compared to some of my other pieces, but maybe not dense. Maybe I shouldn't say dense. But anyway, I call it Train Stop. And this is, let's see, I gotta see what it looks like. Yep. This is all one color monochrome. It's about 290 by 220, 22,000 stitches or so. Oh, seriously? Did you apologize to all the listeners who just heard you burp? And I don't even want, oh, what did you eat? Go away. It's a good thing there's not smell-o-vision on this thing. But, but yeah, so that's pretty much, you know, everything you're gonna stitch. I mean, it is dense, but if you start removing the dense colors, you end up not being able to really see what's going on. So it's a trade-off. Forgot the other thing that I have done this week in the stores. I was really busy in the store this week. I went back and I pulled up, let me pull up my store here real quick. All certain patterns of mine, my Asian patterns, blah, 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 blah. Where'd it go? So, the Japanese ones. Oh, I totally forgot to show you guys. Pause. Okay, so I'm like, there's a whole chunk of things that I didn't show you guys yet that I needed to show you. If you've been on my store, you'd be like, hey, Jules, what about this one? What about that one? So, some other new patterns that I did this week. I did this is so cute. I call this one Baby Girl Heart, and Baby Girl Heart, baby, you know, whatever you want to call it. And my titles are so generic, but it's just, I just don't want to get into like having to think too hard about that. So there's that one. Now this one is a really small one. This one's over only like 100 by 100 stitch count. So, and again, like anything that is whitish is basically like just showing the fabric through. So this doesn't have to be white. This is not stitched. The footprints aren't stitched. So honestly, you can use this for literally any shade of skin that you want to, if you can find a corresponding fabric for it. So it's kind of a universal baby, except for little girl baby. So, but anyway, so there's that one. And then I couldn't remember if I showed this one last week or not. This is a full coverage piece. It is 220 by 220. I'm trying really hard to make them like as proportionate as I can, like a square or anyway. I call this one Violin Sheet Music. So this one came out really nice. I'm super happy with it. It's one that I would love to stitch if I ever find the time. But I mean, seriously, like this is the mock-up. It's going to look differently when if you get the pattern and you look at it, you're like, well, it's not as clear as it looks on camera. But the thing about the camera is that it mimics the eye of the final stitch product. So this is really what you will see and people will see once it's stitched and up on your wall. So I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Love the way it came out. Oh yeah, and then I was going to show you the mini Book Street This is the smaller version of the bigger Book Street pattern. Now, I actually had somebody else make a suggestion that, you know, what if we want, you know, like, could I do the other 2/3 of the pattern? Like, this is a third, take the middle third, make that a pattern, the final third, make that a pattern. I don't know. What do you guys think? Would you think that's a good idea? It's a fair bit of work, but it's work worth doing. So if you think that you would like it, because my husband has for a while now said that I need a pattern that, you know how when you look, it's like one big large paint, or oh, it could be a painting or picture or something, but they have it broken up into like 3 sections. And he was like, you could do that with Book Street and just have it, you know, so I don't know. What do you guys think? Would that work? What do you think? And then lastly on the store, because I started talking to you guys about this and then I stopped, is that I am going back through some of my pieces and I'm trying to make them more stitchable for people, make them a little smaller, reduce the color count if I can, just make them better patterns overall. And so I went through, and my Asian pieces were the ones that I really went through this past week and worked on. Let me pull up my Etsy store again. So I did it with like the Asian, okay, hold on, let me just search real quick and then I can find these things. So the Asian bridge, the Asian sailing chart, those have been reduced by, I think, over a quarter, like a quarter to a third, just to make them more stitchable. And then I also took, like this one, the Knowledge, Wisdom, Peace, and have made this one a lot smaller and more dense so that it's a lot easier. I didn't write down how many, what's the stitch count now on this one? 140 by 40. So super small. It uses 14 colors. If you were doing it on, say, 18 count fabric, the pattern alone is 9 inches by 2.5 inches. So, so that's Wisdom, Knowledge, Peace. So there's that. So anyway, lots of stuff in the store this week, lots of new things. I still want to keep designing. I got some more monochrome pieces that I am like excited to kind of get done and put out there, because I know you guys love those monochromes just like I do. And I'm going to get back to work on stitching the giraffe piece more. And yeah, we're just going to just tunnel right through and just keep on booking. So if you are excited for French Bulldog and or Giraffe Selfie, check out the Etsy store this weekend. Link is down below and you will be able to get it. And I hope that you guys really enjoy stitching them as much as I've enjoyed stitching them and creating them, because it's been a blast. And anyway, you guys stay safe. Be good to each other. You know who I'm talking to. No, I'm just kidding. Stay safe, and I hope you guys get a lot of stitching done this week. Take care, and I will see you guys soon.